Hello, I'm Wayne Whiteley, Senior Product Manager for ListenTALK here at Listen Technologies. Thanks for joining me as we discuss how to set up an interpreter leader unit for simultaneous interpretation using ListenTALK. To enable simultaneous interpretation with ListenTALK, you first need to make sure that you have the most current firmware version downloaded to your ListenTALK units. To check the current firmware version on a ListenTALK unit, simply power the unit on by pressing and holding the power button for 2 seconds. The display will light up and display the current firmware version on the left bottom of the display. 2.0 or greater is required for simultaneous interpretation. If you need to update your firmware and you need help, email support@listentech.com or review the tech note updating ListenTALK firmware on the support page at listentech.com. Now let's go through the simple steps of enabling an interpreter leader unit. There are 2 methods to enable an interpreter unit. This can be accomplished through the unit's internal menu or via the ListenTALK software suite. There are only 2 steps required to create an interpreter leader unit. First, enable interpreter on the desired interpreter leader unit. Second, pair the desired interpreter leader unit to the main presenter leader unit. To show how this is done, let's first use the unit's internal menu to enable an interpreter leader unit. To access the internal menu, while the unit is powered on, simultaneously press and hold the volume down and the power button for 2 seconds. The menu will pop up on the display. Using the volume down button to scroll down until the interpreter is highlighted in the middle of the display, use the check mark soft key to select interpreter. By default, interpreter is off. Use the volume button to highlight on. Then press the check mark soft key to select on. Then press the back arrow soft key to move back in the menu, and then press a second time the back arrow soft key to exit the menu and update the device. As I mentioned, the second step is pairing the units. Using the main presenter main floor leader unit, activate pairing mode with the right soft key. Then tap units back to back with the interpreter units. You will hear a beep, and then the interpreter leader icon will appear on the interpreter leader's display. This completes the process. Now, let's use the ListenTALK software suite to enable the interpreter leader unit. I'll pull up the software, and as you can see, I have 3 previously configured groups. You'll see the yellow group here. This is the main floor and the main presenter group, and they are speaking Spanish. Then I have an English group, and this is meant to be an interpreter group, and I have a German group, which will be an interpreter group. Again, the first step is to enable the interpreters. I click on the first interpreter. Under Leader Configurations, I go down to Interpreter and check the box. The German interpreter I select, go to Leader Configuration, go down to Interpreter, and check the box. Okay, now the second step is to pair the units. I use the new pair key. Click on the new pair key. I pick the leader that I want to pair to, which is the main presenter leader. And then I pick the interpreter units that will be paired to the main presenter leader. And then I press pair. Now you will see that the interpreter leader units show yellow and green, meaning that it is paired to the main presenter unit as an interpreter and a leader to its own group. The German interpreter unit is paired to the main presenter unit and to its own group. Now the interpreters will hear the main presenter in their headset, and they can interpret into their specific language for their group. So there you have it. It is very simple to complete this process and turn a unit into an interpreter leader unit. For more information, visit www.listentech.com, email support@listentech.com, or call 801-233-8992. Thank you and have a wonderful day.